welcome to another episode of Lip Service, where we talk all things lipedema. You haven't seen me in so long because I haven't had a chance to sit down and record an episode. I've been busy working, traveling. I even have a new hair color. That's how long it's been since I've seen you. Well, not to be dramatic, I just got it done yesterday. But still, it's been a very long time. And now that we've hit daylight savings, and here in the Northeast, we get approximately 4 business minutes of sunlight every day, it's also been challenging to find the time between work and, flying and doing all this stuff to actually sit and record an episode in the sunlight. So here I am. Today is a sunny day in Boston, and I am here recording and catching up with you guys. And then if you saw the news recently, there was a cop that had video conferenced in for a court hearing. He was in Detroit, and the judge called him out because the cop wasn't wearing any pants. And that's kind of how I feel right now, because I have this nice, cute top on, but then I'm sitting here in my compression leggings, and see how they're cutting me off here. They literally go, if I go all the way up to my boobs, basically. And then I can't ever wear these in public because look at that panty line. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, but I wanted to show you I finally have my compression garments, and yes, I will be wearing a skirt over this today, so I'm not walking around looking like an absolute asshole on the streets of Boston. There's plenty of us out here that look like assholes in the street of Boston. I don't need to be another one today. But anyway, I have been wearing my compression garments for about a month now. I would say I got them towards the end of September. And it was trial and error. Thankfully, Friends Place in Brigham and Women's were so kind to give me a complimentary pair because I got the Morena that were just a little too long. So they did end up sending me a new pair that fit lengthwise much better. But they kind of roll down, which is why I'm wearing these Mediven options. And they go so high, and I feel like they're cutting off my ribs. The last episode I recorded, I was wearing them too, and I was like, oh, you guys, because they were brand new, and they still haven't stretched out. I mean, they're not supposed to, but yeah, I'm here. But it is what it is. I guess I'd prefer this over having them roll down every day. But I cannot wear them, obviously, in public alone and just wear sneakers and a sweatshirt, because you would literally see my whole rear end, and I don't want to do that. But I've been wearing them consistently. My occupational therapist had been traveling, so I haven't seen her in about a month. I just had an appointment with her 3-4 days ago. And we're making some breakthrough with this whole journey. I'm super pumped. So she had given me the names of 2 different doctors that are, based in cardiovascular and surgery world, and I just made an appointment with one of the doctors. He's actually also a plastic surgeon, and he is well versed in lymphedema and lipedema, and I'm so pumped. So I have my appointment with him in about a month, and I will certainly keep you posted on that. And it's right here in Boston, which I feel good about, because when the time comes for me to get surgery, if this doctor is the doctor that I end up choosing, I just think more alongside of not just the surgery itself, but the recovery process. It is bloody, it is gross, it's very uncomfortable, and I just don't want to be stuck in an Airbnb or hotel in a different city trying to recover and needing to get the proper care and treatment. I just think it would be more beneficial to be in the Boston area or somewhere pretty local where I would feel more comfortable. So I will certainly keep you posted on that. And I have been wearing my compression garments, and I still am feeling a lot of swelling. And we did measurements when I just saw my OT on Thursday, and she had mentioned that my measurements on my left leg went down, but my measurements on my right leg went up, and it's been pretty consistent, she said, from the last 3 or 4 times that we have done the measurements, which is a little disappointing, because I told her, obviously not literally, but figuratively, I'm feeling quite deflated because I am trying to wear the compression garments. They are uncomfortable, and I'm not really quite feeling the relief. So that's where I'm leaning in. And she also diagnosed me with lymphedema, and my feet have been really swollen lately. So that is a bummer because I can't really, I mean, I can put shoes on, but there's certain shoes I cannot wear that I own right now just because it's really uncomfortable and or like I can't get them on. So it's been challenging in that aspect. So, you know, I'm glad that she's back from vacation so I can see her each week and, you know, try to get the relief. She does MLD and we didn't have a chance to do it this past week just because we were so busy catching up on all things of what's been transpiring in the last month since I've seen her. But then also, you know, researching the doctors and trying to figure out next steps for that. So she's also putting in the referral for the pump. So more to come on that. And maybe I can do a live demo of the pump once I receive it because that is something that will also help. I have my vibration plate. It's not a dry brush. It has bristles. It's like really soft, but I got that on the TikTok shop and have been using that to kind of help with MLD because I feel uncomfortable just like sitting here with my fingers all the time, especially because you're supposed to do it lightly, but I have knots in my shoulders and trying to go through and get through it. I think it's like easier because MLD is not supposed to be like super hard and rigorous on your lymph system. It's literally supposed to be more gentle and get things moving. But yeah, so we have we got a tall order ahead of us for November, just trying to figure out next steps, finding treatment and relief and all that good stuff. And, you know, my OT had asked, like, have I been gaining weight? Which I told her since I started my treatment at the end of July, I have honestly not been on the scale, just because I'm not trying to bum myself out in case, you know, I don't see any drastic movements, like especially wearing compression garments and I'm not seeing like, you know, the fluid getting flushed out as much. And so I've still been remaining active and all of that stuff, but I did get on the scale and notice that I have gained a little bit of weight. So I'm really not sure if it's like weight or if it's fluid because like I said, I've been so swollen lately. So I weighed myself Friday and then again Saturday and I was already down like 1.5 pounds. So it's going to keep going and I got to just figure it out and, you know, just keep living life. I mean, I know there's weight to be lost anyway, not just like with the lipedema, adipose tissue. But yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out next steps in terms of like my day to day now that it's going to be dark when I get up to get ready for work and dark when I'm even at work and leaving work. So trying to remain like active outside and it's getting colder and everything like that. I do have a walking pad in my room, which I tend to walk like when it's colder, just to get some movement. There's swimming. I could potentially like sign up for the Y to go do that, which I haven't done that yet, but that's also like something I just can't really join a gym to be like, yeah, let's crush it, cardio all the time and lifting weights, because they actually tell you that you need to do light exercise when you have lipedema, not go like ham and go crazy on it. So, you know, I don't feel like it is beneficial for the lipedema to go and, you know, produce swelling, if you will, like while doing those workouts, but it would be fine for like my regular fat. So I don't know. This is where I'm like in the cross, you know, with all of that. Why can't I talk right now? I'm like the cross. Da, 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 da. So let me know like if you guys have done any exercises, like what is beneficial to like help maintain your weight, make you feel better, get the fluid moving, which is like the most important part. I mean, even the other day I was wearing these actually the same compression garments and I had mules on and I had a skirt and all was well in the world until I like looked down, and because these only go to, as you can see, like right at my ankle, and my ankles were so swollen and I'm like in pain, feel like I cannot walk. So that's been a challenge. So just let me know like what you guys have been working on, what you're seeing, you know, any other compression garments that you like that maybe aren't so see-through in the buttock, as my niece used to call it. Just singular, just the buttock. Just because I need to like continue figuring out how I'm gonna get relief, how I'm gonna feel comfortable, how my you know, my ribs won't crack, my ankles won't swell, all of the beautiful things of lipedema. But anyway, stay tuned. I'll have more information as some time goes on. And if there's any specific topics that you want me to talk about regarding lipedema, or even like starting to search lymphedema, just certainly let me know and I'm happy to do so. But until then, I will see you soon.